Hello everyone, good afternoon. Today I'll be talking about Body, which is a platform that is actually causing a revolution in the DevOps marketplace. A platform that has been in existence. Is not just an idea that just came up, or that is not just a new idea. It's actually a working project. Like if you look at my mouse, if you follow the mouse, my cursor, you find out that here is written that it's a working product, a product that is already functioning in the market already. But now they are trying to inculcate the benefits that the blockchain system makes available. They are trying to add that benefit to the already present benefits that the body product gives. Now, while making this video, I'm going to be making use of three major materials to carry out this video tutorial on the concept on the product body. The first one is the website, the body website, which you can see here as I slide down. Yeah, this is the body website. It contains a lot of information which you can visit the website for yourself, and you would find out a lot about them. Now, the second material I'll be using will be the about body paper. More like it's a paper, a write-up that talks about the body product. Like you see here, it's written the working product. It talks about the body product and all you need to know about the product body. If you have you need to know anything, you need any information, you can just visit this product, this paperwork, and you get to know all about the body product itself. Now, the third material I'll be using will be the body white paper. Now, this white paper talks about the body project. Again, gives more information into the body project, and also gives much more information with respect to its blockchain use, token sales, token value, team, the various ways it addresses blockchain issues and solves blockchain problems, which we'll be talking about later on in the video. Now, for those who would like to visit the website is token.body.works. www.token.body.works. If you visit this website, you get a lot of information. This is the website here. You get a lot of information about the body project. For more information, you can also click here where you see the white paper, where my cursor is. You click here to take you to the white paper page here, where you get more information on the body project, and from there you can also access the about body paper write-up for much more information. So now let's begin. Now, like I said earlier, body is not an idea. It's a working project, a project that is already in the market. Actually, it came into the market in 2016, and it has been making developers happy. They've been using it and getting a lot of results. I'll be showing a lot of testimonials. But to begin, I would like to say that very few people know that it takes close to 4 to 6 months to develop an application. That's how long it can take, and majority of this time is spent on repetitive activities. That's activities that involve repetition. If you're a designer, you write codes, you find out that there are a lot of codes that are repeated, a lot of processes that you repeat. Now, these processes are the things that make developing applications take time. they take some time. Now, if these repetitive activities can be assigned to bots, they can be assigned to robots that could handle them. You find out now that the developer is saved time so that he doesn't actually waste time on these repetitive processes. And that's what Body has come to do. That's what Body has been doing, but has come to do adding the blockchain technology. And that Body has the ability to save the developer that time that is used to do repetitive stuff, and rather so he can invest that time in creating creative things that can help boost the app instead of focusing on those repetitive stuffs. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys here. You can see testimonials by developers who have already used the Body project to show that it's not a new project, it's not an idea, it's already working. Now, Luke Debo here says, I've tried to set up CD with other services but ended up quitting because I got so frustrated with how difficult it was to figure out. Body was the first one I was actually able to get something working with. You make it really easy to use, which I love. This one by David McGregor really got me wowed. He says, file transfer is definitely the winner. It takes up to 50 minutes on CodeShip, but on Body it takes 6 to 7 minutes. Isn't that amazing? 6 to 7 minutes. That's less than 1/5 the time it takes on CodeShip. That's just to show you the power of Body. So now I'll be heading straight away to talk about Body now itself. Now, Body is a decentralized blockchain-based development and deployment platform created to increase the ease of carrying out automated application development activities. That is, making the development and deployment of applications much more easy, secure, focused, and time-saving by automating repetitive and redundant aspects of application development process, which I said earlier, is a way of saving time and effort for the developer by automating repetitive processes in the development process, so that the creator, the developer doesn't need to repeat himself or to repeat tasks that he's done before. Body just assigns those tasks to a bot that carries out those activities for the developer. Now, Body has some components that forms the Body platform, and these components are, as you can see on the screen, you have the pipelines, you have the sandboxes, and you have the integrations. I'll be going a little in depth in these various components that make the Body platform. Now, the first one is pipelines. Now, you can't talk about automation without including the issue of repetitive, repeatable, reliable, and incremental improving processes. Automation is all about repetitive and incrementally improving processes. That's what automation is all about. Now, because this process has to be continually improving, there is a consistent need for changes. Because this process is improving and is increasing, there's a need for changes to occur, and that's where pipeline comes in. It's the job of the pipeline to carry out these continuous changes, continuous increase of changes. Is the pipeline that carries, is the pipeline component of Body that carries out this task. For example, just like you have lines of code in a program, which form the building block of a program, the building block of Body are actions that are contained in the pipeline. Just the way you have codes that are contained in a program, you have actions contained in the pipeline that is a part of Body. So those actions are the codes of the pipeline. They are the things that more like give command to the pipeline. Now, the next one now is, okay, you can see various actions. These are various actions. You have setup here, you have transfer, you have the DevOps, you have Android, different actions. And you can now see the front end of how the pipeline looks like. This is the front end of the pipeline. This is the front end of the pipeline. Okay. The next one we're talking about is the second component is going to be called test and preview sandboxes. Now, when a developer is making an application, there has to be an environment, more of like a platform where he can develop and test this application that he has made. And that's the job of the sandbox. The sandboxes are the environments where the developer can test run the applications he has made to see, test for faults, and to make sure that it's actually working properly. That's the function of the sandbox. It's more like a container, a safety container where the developer can develop and test his applications. That's about sandbox. Okay. Then the last, this is an example of sandbox. Excuse me. Yeah, this is an example of the sandbox. Now, finally, we're talking about the final part, integrations. Now, Buddy is such a wonderful platform that they don't just provide a platform for you to develop your apps and applications and just leave it there. What they do is that in addition to those services they've provided, they've also provided what I call support services, so that when you develop your application, you don't need to look for a way to make it compatible with the traditional cloud services we have now, like Amazon Web Services, like Microsoft Azure and Google. Buddy already makes each app that is created on this platform compatible with these services, so that these services support your application. So it's a win-win, whereby you're done making your application and then you already have a service that is available to support your application. So if most people use Amazon Web Services, they don't need further work or further enhancement to use your applications on those services. Your applications automatically are supported by those services. Okay, the next thing we'll be talking about is Buddy and its impact on the development and deployment process. Now, I want to talk about how Buddy can impact the development and deployment process of applications. Now, before we talk about Buddy's solution or impact, I would like to state some problems that are currently in the automated application development process. Some current problems. I'll be stating just 3 of them. Now, the first one I'll be stating is what I call the issue of obsolete tools. The truth of the matter is that as the DevOps marketplace and industry advances, the tools which are currently being used now will become obsolete. Now, these tools now need to continuously be replaced. You can't do it with that. But what most companies fail to realize is that if a new tool is being brought in and you don't have the expertise, the professionals to handle those tools, it will almost be useless. So I think more focus should be given to training and developing experts and professionals, so that when these new tools come, they can handle these tools. So it's not all about just buying these new tools or inculcating these new tools into your system, but also training the professionals and the developers that will be handling these tools so that they can effectively handle them. The next problem I was talking about is what I call late shipping. You see, the truth of the matter is this: what determines the success of a company is how much shipping the company carries out. If you don't ship your products, if you don't ship your products, no matter the amount of development, there will be no income, no profit. Now, what most companies fail, what most companies do that is wrong is that they spend more money developing their DevOps infrastructure. That's, they spend more money focusing on making their infrastructure much advanced, and this kind of makes it more complex. They spend less time talking about shipping, trying to get their product out. And the last problem I'm talking about is the difficulty in scaling. Now, the truth is this: when you're into a business, it's very important when you try to access or reach a large amount of people. Now, when it comes to DevOps applications, it's actually difficult scaling them up because of all the complexity and all the integrated details that need to be handled. Now, these are various problems that Buddy will be coming in to address. Now, the Buddy solution will be divided into 3 parts. You have one, the DevOps marketplace, which is actually on the screen now, and then you have the private automation grid, and finally the shared automation grid. I'll be talking about these ones in a jiffy, just giving a brief on them. Now, if you use an Android device, an Android smartphone, you find out that it has a Google Play where you have a lot of third-party apps that have been developed by developers, so that where you can access them for free or for paid. That's the same purpose the DevOps marketplace fulfills in Buddy. It's a marketplace where you have third-party apps developed by developers, where people can come to access them. Third-party solutions, rather, developed by developers, where people can come and access them for free or for paid. That's just the definition of the Buddy marketplace. And the good news is that the Buddy team have already made up to 80 solutions are available. 80 solutions are available on the DevOps marketplace, open for access and download, so that the marketplace is not really empty. It has 80 current standing solutions provided by the Buddy team. Now, in order to also build the blockchain platform, the blockchain industry, the Buddy platform, the DevOps marketplace is designed in such a way that the solutions that developers make available in the marketplace are actually made accessible for non-profit, non-commercial purposes that are aimed at for non-commercial purposes, for non-commercial gains. These solutions are made available for them for free, so that the platform is being developed, and it develops the blockchain community, so that it's not all about just profit making. It's also about advancing the blockchain industry. Now, the next component I'll be talking about is the private automation grid. Now, if you know, we all live in, probably most of us really live in urban areas, and you see the electric grid, which consists of various electric stations. That's the same way the private automation grid works. It's a network of body instances which are connected to make automation of repetitive processes possible. Now, what this does is that, just like the electric grid, it connects various instances. Do you understand? So that people can now work on the Buddy platform, and because it's private now, they now have the choice of running their Buddy instances on their own physical local structures, such as their computer or whatever, or they can choose to run it on a private cloud, your own cloud, but it's a private cloud, not a commercial cloud like Amazon Web Services. These are the various choices that are made available by the private automation grid. Now, someone might ask, what are the solutions that the private automation grid makes available? The private automation grid gives you the opportunity of privacy and trust. Now, in your private automation grid, your system is being secured from external influences. It's only you are the only one running on that grid. It's not a shared grid where you have various people working on it, but here it's only you. So privacy and trust, the trust issue we talked about that hinders developers from coming into the blockchain industry, is being handled by the private grid, by the private automation grid. The next one, final one we're talking about, is the shared automation grid. Now, the shared automation grid is opposite to the private automation grid. The private automation grid has security and privacy as its core, trust as its core, but the shared automation grid has efficiency, more of like the capacity to handle huge tasks as its core. So it's not really concerned about how secure the system is. Security is not a priority. What's the priority here is resources to handle the task at hand. That's the priority of the shared automation grid, where you need a lot of power and capacity to handle the development of huge tasks. This requires a lot of resources, and that's why you now have the shared automation grid, where you can pay for these resources. Now, someone might ask, so how is the shared automation grid? How does it solve solutions? What it does is that the shared automation grid helps the developer save a lot of funds, a lot of money. It's highly economical, because here now you are sharing it, and because of sharing it, you only pay for the services when the development is running. Now, when you're not developing or you're not using the system, you don't pay. It's more of like a pay as you use system. It's very economical. It saves a lot of funds. And the next thing we'll be talking about is Body for blockchain applications. How does Body influence the blockchain system? How will Body tend to attract developers to the blockchain system? How does Body tend to present the blockchain system as something that is secure and reliable? Now, the truth is this: a lot of developers, even the experienced developers, are not really used to the blockchain system, the blockchain industry. And because of this lack of knowledge about how the industry works, they are restrained from joining or coming to be part of the blockchain industry. Because of this, now a lot of them don't want to partake in anything that has blockchain to do with it, because they don't have much knowledge of how it works. They don't want to be vulnerable. Now, that's the problem on ground now. Now, what Body is trying to do is Body is going to bring a solution to this problem of lack of knowledge, lack of information of how it works, of how the blockchain industry works. The developers have tested Body outside of blockchain, and they found it reliable. Now that blockchain is being inculcated, how would Body be able to convince them that they are still safe? Because as we know, blockchain has to do with a lot of millions and billions of dollars, and people will not just want to go into something that will make them lose their money. So the Body has to prove to these developers that their funds are also safe, and show them the much more benefits they can benefit from the blockchain industry. Now, the solution that Body gives will be divided into three. You have the blockchain ops, you have the DApp OS, and you have the distributed bus. I'll be talking a little on these ones to explain further. Now, how the blockchain ops work is this. Now, like I said, most developers are skeptical about coming into the blockchain system because of their lack of knowledge. Now, Bodies are aware of this, that they don't have the relevant knowledge to come to the system. So what Body did was this. Body created, okay, let me show you guys here. He created a one-click system where you don't need to bother about the developments or the coding or whatever, or the blockchain know-how. All you just need to do is click this for the paths that you need, the paths that you want. For instance, now, okay, let me give an example. An example would explain this better. Now, if, for example, this is talking about the Rentry staging pipeline. The Rentry is an example that was being used to illustrate how this works. And it says Rentry is an example of a decentralized home rental platform. It leverages blockchain technology to provide seamless rental experiences. So now, if, for example, now I want to build, as a developer, I want to build test nodes in my front end, all I just need to do is click this one on, to select it as on. I don't need to bother about the coding and everything, just select this as on, and then I would like to show you what that means. Look at this. You see, when that one we selected the node, the build the Node.js, it meant build and test the front-end application with an npm test. That was the implication of what we clicked. You see now that these things are already actions that have been pre-programmed, so that all you don't need to do is just select the on or off button for what you want to be done, and the rest body handle. Okay, the next one I'm talking about is the DApp OS. Remember previously we talked about the sandbox as an environment where applications can be worked on and tested. That's the function the DApp also carries out. But here is now in particular relation to the blockchain industry. Now it's an environment where the developers can work on their applications and carry out testing. Now with respect to the blockchain industry. So if a developer is already accustomed to the sandboxes and the contemporary automation applications, here it's just going to be the same thing, but now the blockchain is now surrounded or founded on the blockchain technology. An advantage the DApp provides is that it provides a benefit of a cloud service where wherever you are, you can work on your products, you can work on your development, you can access it wherever you are. You don't need to have probably a physical location where you have to save your work or work on your applications. It provides a body assigned cloud service where you can work on your products. Another advantage is that it provides there's something called Template Universe. Template Universe is more of like just the way you have Google Play for Android devices, like we spoke about the DevOps marketplace. The Template Universe provides a marketplace for third-party apps where developers can come and market their apps, just like you have the DevOps marketplace. This one now is the marketplace for blockchain apps, so that developers blockchain solutions, so that developers don't need to now have to start worrying about, okay, how do we integrate this blockchain and everything. It's already settled by the body team. The Template Universe handles this blockchain marketplace aspect of the body platform. Now the final one we'll be talking about is the distributed blockchain as a service. Now what this does is that one of the benefits of this is that the body has support for multiple blockchain technologies like Ethereum, multi-chain, NEM, YAML, and Ripple. And this gives the platform the ability to easily create multi-channel applications, hence presenting the developer with so many options before finally settling with the one to use for production. There are so many blockchain options that Body makes available. It doesn't have to be only Ethereum. You have Ethereum, you have NEM, you have Ripple, you have multi-chain, you have Hyperledge, so that the developer has choices now. It's not only restricted to one service. There are a lot of services that Body makes available to developer for him to choose on which he prefers. Finally, we'll be talking about the Body token. Okay, I've given a brief on the Body token. The Body token functions on the platform, on the Ethereum platform, ERC20 platform. Now the pre-ICO price is one Body is equals to 0.00012 Ethereum. Ethereum rather, the price is that one body is equal to 0.002 Ethereum, excuse me. Now, the soft cap is 8,000 Ethereum, the hard cap is 60,000 Ethereum. Now, finally, I'll be giving a use case for the body system. Now, let's imagine that Mr. Jones runs a food chain business where he delivers food on demand to customers who access and pay for his services via his mobile app. Now, this app has to be constantly updated with the current food demands of clients, regularly checked for bugs, and also updated with latest improvements in the blockchain payment processes. Now, instead of Mr. Jones bothering about the running of this app, Mr. Jones can run his app on the Body blockchain platform so that he can focus on other important stuff like creating ideas for running his business and expanding his food chain. And also he can receive payments in the form of BOD tokens, instead of worrying about payments and everything related to the application itself. So his business can grow well and improve better. Yeah, that's the final part of the video. You see here, you can then see the roadmap of Body. The roadmap of Body to show you, prove to you that it started in 2016, and they have a plan. This is where they are now: token sales, we have blockchain ops, private automation grid, and the rest of them. This is the team of really exceptional developers and founders. Yeah, and that's the end of the video. Thank you very much.